Hello everyone, it's Lynette with Charmed Grammy Crochet. Today is Vlogust 17. Yay, 17 days in a row, guys. I am like just so thrilled that you keep tuning back in. So thanks for tuning in, joining me in the yarn room today. I am in the yarn room because I promised I would do more videos in the yarn room. So we're here. I'm trying to make it work. This I don't think will be a real long video, so but I do appreciate you joining me and watching the video till the end, and liking and subscribing and all of that stuff, and enjoying my yarny goodness in the background. I was let's see, we have three things. I'm going to test a pattern, so I'll talk about that real briefly because I can't really tell you much, but I agreed to a pattern test. More or less I volunteered. I love well, that'll be in a minute. I got something in the mail, something I ordered, so that's cool. And I did finish two, I guess really it counts as two projects. I did do with Judy from Witch Piece Craft, her hashtag Rock 2022 AU August 1st project I did do, and I got it completed. So let's start with that. So for August 1st, the artist, the album was Neil Diamond. I don't know, one of his albums. And it wasn't like a real colorful album cover, as I recall, and it's like colors that I've used already. I kind of talked about this in a previous video, but I like Neil Diamond very much. And you know, when you think of Neil Diamond, at least I think of Sweet Caroline. Sweet Caroline, do do do. You know that song? And I actually did see him perform that live. It was very much fun. But Sweet Caroline then reminds me of Carolina Peaches, which I also mentioned. So I used this yarn. This is Candy Shop yarn, and this is 100% acrylic. This color is called Bubblegum. And this is what's left of 3 cakes. So there's 260 yards in each 5-ounce, 140-gram cake, which is 238 meters. It says right there. I don't know if they still sell this yarn or not. It's very soft and squishy, and I'm gonna tell you, there's white in here, and you'll see it in a minute. The white is so soft. The orange, not as soft. I mean, in the cake, very soft. When I worked it up in my knitting machine, which 4-weight yarn made it in the knitting machine. There's a little glitches here and there, but it's together, and I'm good with it. It was so let's first of all, let's move that out of the way. This is the sweater. Where the sweater is white, or not sweater, scarf. It's not very long. This was 2 cakes. And I did knit it in the tube. I should have knitted it maybe in a panel. I hadn't thought of it until after I sewed it all together at the ends. I did use the waste yarn method. I don't think I took it off properly, but it's together and it looks not bad. But this white yarn, oh, so soft. When you put it in the orange color, not nearly as soft. And so I don't know if where it's orange and white-ish, like more marled, it's nicer. Where it's more pink, I mean, just solid orange. And there is a pink in here too. Where it's pink and white, more like bubblegum, very soft. Very soft. The creamsicle color, it's just not as soft. I know some dyes tend to make some yarns not as soft. That's the case with this. And as I'm working it, I'm like, I'm, you know, sometimes you have to manipulate it in the machine. It's going round and round, and it's getting all twisted like this. And so I untwist, and, you know, then I stick it in that bowl, which really does help. But I'm like picking it up, and I get to you can, as I just put my hands through here, you can definitely tell the difference in the orange. Really surprised me. But like this end is mostly orange. I'm like, why? That's kind of rough. I'm go back to the cake, it's very soft. Come back to here, that's kind of rougher on the solid orange. Not like, oh, I wouldn't wear that, but definitely if you touch this part and then you touch this part, it feels like it's different yarn. I would have thought like Karen Simply Soft, Red Heart Super Saver. Well, not quite that bad. But I was really surprised. But the white part is fabulous. So anyway, this is the scarf, and I put it on the knitting machine. And as I said, it's very thick because I did it in the whole circle. This first time I have gotten, or have had, and whatever is the proper English there, acrylic 4-weight yarn to work in the knitting machine. I did not realize that it, like, and this is a little bit, maybe it's even a little bit of a thick 4-weight. I mean, look at that. It's kind of thick. So I should have done a panel. It would be more like, it's thick on my neck. You can't hardly move. I mean, you can move, but a lot thicker than what I would want on my neck. Particularly if you're going to, wrap up in it. If you made it into just like a loose cowl kind of thing, fabulous. But it's still very thick around here. Folded up. If you wanted to like tie it in a knot, it's kind of thick for that. And I thought about taking it apart and just redoing it and doing it in panels. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. That's 500 and some yards of fabric, and it's really nice looking as it is. And Chicago gets cold, so they might really like it to be nice and warm. But so then I decided, and I don't know how many rows because my row counter doesn't work. I just knew I was going to do 2 skeins, and as I was doing it, I thought, oh my gosh, that's really long. But then when I, all said and done, and I finished it, it's not real long. I wouldn't. Well, it's really bulky if you wanted to, like, tie it. I think you would have a great deal of bulk up and through here, I wouldn't tie it. I would like just fold it over and put it under your coat, and then it would be really nice. And then it's a fine length for that. Tying it would make it a little short, but it's going to be really, really, really warm. And I mean, that's what you want from a scarf, right? But it's really thick and doubled over. So I thought, well, when I make the hat, I'm not going to, normally when I make these beanies in my knitting machine, I make like a long tube, and then you take the one end and stuff it inside so it's double layered. Like this is double layered. See? You can, I thought I'm not going to do that with the hat, because after I took this off and before I sewed the end of it together, I put it on my head to see how warm it would be, and I'm like, well, that will be plenty warm. I'm going to assume that it would be a female, a woman that would wear this color scarf. She wouldn't put it on her son necessarily. Being, peach and pink and white. I'm not trying to be, sexist with the colors or anything like that, but I wouldn't call this a very boy kind of scarf. Maybe, but whatever. I would assume they're going to have hair. And with my hair and this on my head, I'm like, oh God, that's hot. So I only did like about 50 rows. Normally I do 100 rows, and it's a 3-weight yarn. This is about 50 to 55 rows. I cinched it at the top, and I made the little pom-pom. And it's slouchy because it's actually much longer than I would have anticipated, or that I thought it was. But I didn't want to fold it up and do it like that, because I thought it would be really hot to wear, but maybe it would still be good. I don't know, but I was afraid of it being hot and way bulky up here. When you cinched it all together, it would be so bulky because this is thick. So when you put it on, it's a little tight in the head, but it stretches. So I took it off. I have to get this off because it's too much around me. So I just did, again, I used the waste yarn method of doing this. And so you knit up like 10 or so rows of yarn that's really just scrap yarn. You knit it up on the machine, and then you add the yarn that's your good yarn. Because on the knitting machine, the first couple of rows are crappy, and the last couple of rows are crappy. And when you, so you finish off your you let the crappy go in the scrap, and then by the time it like works all the kinks out and then it's making a nice smooth, nice knitted thing, that's when you put your good yarn in, and then you take it off and you finish the ends, and then you pull the scrap yarn out. So it's kind of cool. I've never done this where I haven't sewn the two ends together before, so this was my first time. Wasn't quite sure what I was doing, kind of. So I still had the scrap yarn on here, and I just crocheted through all the like parts. Well, like through, I don't know if you would be able to see. So through all the bumpies that come up, the little bumps like here, I just crocheted through where the scrap yarn and this yarn met, and I did a single crochet to get it off of the machine, and then I did 2 rows of half double to give it like a little edge, and I made it slouchy. So that's what it looks like. It's a little slouchy with the pom-pom, and I think it's so cute. I think it turned out okay. Like I said, there were a couple of glitches here and there where the yarn was maybe a little thick for the machine, or it was not liking it real well, but in the long run, if they put that to the back, it'll be fine. I guess not as smooth in a couple of areas. It's not unraveling or anything. It took all the yarn. It just like didn't get as smooth in some of the places, and I don't know why it did that. Because it's all one piece. I wasn't like trying to put anything in. I wasn't, you know, it wasn't completely smooth in a couple of places. But again, if you put that at the back of your head and it slouches over, you're not going to see it, and it really isn't that bad to begin with. But I think it looks really cute. I would wear it. I mean, I really like the color. I would kind of like to keep it, but I won't. I will send it on. Even with it's not perfect. The machine did like have a couple of issues, but I'm sure that it'll be fine. It's not too bad. Not too bad to let somebody stay warm with it, particularly when you put it with the scarf. I think it's great. And this is what I have left, so about a half a skein maybe. And I was thinking maybe I would put fringe on the scarf. Maybe. I don't know if I have enough. Probably. Maybe I will. Then I told you I got something in the mail. I ordered the quarterly throw or quarterly blanket that from Mary Maxim, and this is the yarn I got. It came in the mail. I got it in my post office box yesterday. It's called Mary Maxim. I opened the package, but I had not opened the yarn. Oh, it's very soft. It is called Cotton Socks yarn. Oh, it is very soft. It says it's a 1 weight. I can't imagine making a whole blanket out of a 1 weight yarn. The color is called Rosy, I think. And let's read about this yarn. Here, let me grab another one. So you can look at the yarn and I'll read. Made in Turkey, approximately 470 yards, 430 meters, 56% cotton, 35% acrylic, 9% polyamide, 100 grams, 300, oh, I'm not even showing you very well, 3.5 ounces. And it is saying that it is a 1 weight. So it's very soft. It's very pretty. Like the colors are kind of muted. It's like red, white, and bluish with some pink in there. Can you see all those? Or maybe that's a gray. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Anyway, the throw that they have you make, which I don't like it in these colors. The colors that it's pictured in. This is the throw. And if you get up close, you can see it's like a fillet. Like there's holy kind of design in there. That's kind of cool. I think the yarn that they have it displayed in isn't doing it justice. But if you look at it, those are the instructions. I don't know. Let's see. I dropped it. Hold on 1 second. Um, so that's kind of cool. Now this is the yarn that they sent me. This is the picture of the yarn they sent me. It's called diamond work pattern, bottom and top of throw, and then there's a closer view of the pattern worked in the center of the throw. It has a different pattern in it. So that's kind of cool. I like it. You can't, like I said, you can't see real well in the picture that they, you know, that's in here. Like, I don't think it does it justice. So anyway, I like the yarn. Now these kits are $29.99. You get one every 3 months. This is my second kit. I haven't done the first one yet. One day. But I'm enjoying getting them. The first kit I got, I didn't like the blanket that they had with it, but I like this blanket. I think it's kind of cool. I think, you know, this is probably a really good yarn for it because it's the thin weight. I like the bag that it comes in. It doesn't have a handle necessarily, no handle, but it does have the pouch on the inside, so you can put your pattern inside there and even open it to the page in your pattern. You know, like if you're working on this page, you have that out into the front, you know, so you can see. So I like that. And then you see the pouches on the inside with your yarn on the inside. So it's $29.99. I don't know if they ship outside the US, but it's $5 shipping. So it was like $34.99 or something. And this is a 42 by 56 inch throw, it says. So I'm assuming this is enough yarn to make that. And it's kind of cool. I have, like I said, enjoyed getting this, even though I didn't use it last month. I won't make that blanket that it showed last month. But not last month, 3 months ago, last quarter. When I got the one last quarter, they also sent me that Afghan book, which I really want to make one of those, 2 of those Afghans. I really want to make it. Maybe I'll make one of those Afghans with the yarn from last month. We'll see. I told you that I have agreed to do a pattern test, and it's my understanding from people that if you agree to test someone's pattern, you kind of got to drop everything else that you're doing and do the pattern. So that's what I'm going to do. It's another pattern from my friend Anita from y.o.h crochet. It stands for yarn over hook, and she makes the coolest patterns. So I'm real excited to do this one. It's a little different than some of our other ones. And I did go yarn shopping back here before the video and picked out the color. That's all I'm showing. That's all you get. That's it. That's the sneak peek. That's all you get until it's done and released, and I can show you. So I don't know what I'm going to talk about tomorrow because I won't be able to show you what I got going on as far as getting much crochet done. I might I have the Rock 2022 AU for August 15th to do, so I might do that and whip that up real quick and then start this pattern, so I have something to show you for tomorrow, something to work on. You know, if I work on that, maybe I'll get my husband to do it. Roy always offers to volunteer. Maybe I can get him to do the knitting machine, at least some of it, while I crochet on the new project. I know, another new project. But I got this one done, and I put it in the book, and it's completed 2 projects, hat and scarf. And that's going to get donated to Wings. So the August 15th one, I'm also going to donate to Wings, along with all the other ones that I've completed. And when I'm done with those, I will probably just do a quick, this is what's going off to Rose before I send them into the, I'll give you a preview, or review, not preview, but just a review before I send them off to Rose. I don't think I'm going to get to just drive up and see her before next month to give them to her. It's just, I don't think I have, you know, It's not in the plans at this point. And she is like a 5-hour drive, so I think I'm going to mail them. It's not going to be last time. I mean, I hit my car full. It cost me $1 million to ship them to her. This time it's just going to be one bag. So if you haven't donated to Wings a hat and scarf set for next month, and you'd like to, please don't forget to do that. From Rose from Rose Likes Crochet does collect things for Wings every month. I don't know what October's is. I'm just getting through September's. So that is for Rose. And hi, Rose. I would love to meet up with you, though. Maybe. Well, we need to talk, girl. So that's all I got for you. That's it for today. I thought this was going to be a 5-minute video, and now I'm 20 minutes in. Who would guess, right? Okay, I got to get to crocheting because I have something to make. It's a surprise. I can't wait to show you. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.